Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lee, and here I do things all D&D. So today I want to talk about my homebrew campaign called Tele Motu, and I also want to talk about using HeroForge to essentially go from token or 3D character to art. So this is a map. It is of Tele Motu. It was the first map I ever made, so unfortunately I didn't do a speed build for it, but it was a lot of fun, and it was in Incarnate, and it's a great program. So HeroForge, if you don't know what it is, it's essentially an online character builder where you can make either minis or you can make tokens. I believe HeroForge, with a pro subscription, you can get different backgrounds for good screenshots and tokens for the characters that you are creating. And it has a lot of different races, it has a lot of different customization, and really it became a fantastic tool. So predominantly most of these characters here are all for my Tele Motu campaign with the exception of Lynette and Vorgar, Mugs, couple, but everybody else pretty much is in Tele Motu. But we're going to focus on this one today, Emilia Darcroft. So Emilia is a divine soul sorceress. Her personality wasn't really created when I first dove into HeroForge. In fact, in HeroForge, I was finding myself originally kind of limited with the stoicness or kind of the blocky way that these characters look, realizing that these are designed for minis, and that's why they're built the way that they are. But the more I got used to the program, the more I started figuring out a couple little things for an artist to be able to use these as character references and also to help create characters. One of the things I was doing was making the characters a lot taller. Another thing that I was doing to help was really just to help figure out who they are and what kind of look I want them to have. So one of the first things I did here was scale her up, and I hope YouTube doesn't fault me for the plastic booty, but this is not a real character, it is not a real body, and nothing of this is real. We'll see how that goes, YouTube. But after I got her proportions the way I wanted for an artist perspective, I started to go through what I wanted the character to look like as I was thinking about who she is. What I knew is I needed a governor for one of my cities called Nottengris. Nottengris is one of the human cities. The humans are kind of broken up into three different cultures. We have the Agrigarians, who are essentially the British. We have the Pyrenees, who are kind of a Mexican culture. They are, their origins are certainly Aztec, Mayan, and then we have the Olanon people, who are kind of, in a way, loosely inspired by Polynesian people and Wayfarer people. The goal was to create seafaring or exploration, and also to kind of keep to the realm of the golden age of piracy and who would essentially flourish in that kind of environment. Tele Motu itself is a semi-low magic setting where the Fey world has been essentially completely broken off. And so magic can neither be created nor destroyed. We're getting a little, I think, what, the second or third law of conservation of energy, or the fourth, I don't even know. It's been a while since I've been in high school. And so the types of cultures I wanted them to be extremely different from each other, and I also wanted them to have reasons to be in the kind of the islandish conglomerate. I did, when I built the map, and I wish I had a build of it, it was kind of inspired by Florida and then tops of South America, and then you have your bits of islands. But you know, I'm not building a world map, I just am building a regional map. I didn't think building a world map for my first try was going to be a great idea, and so I knew I wanted to run a pirate campaign. Since I had all of my players vote on what they wanted, I put in Fable, dark setting, really super high magic setting, pirate setting, a couple other different settings, and they all overwhelmingly were like pirates, pirates, pirates. And so this setting was created. And the way that HeroForge has been able to really help me get a vision for that quickly is I've been able to create these characters inside HeroForge without having to come completely from my brain to a digital piece of paper, since I draw digitally. The thing that I admire the most about this program is the more I explored their more advanced settings, the more I realized it's actually a pretty complex program, and I thought it was really cool. The poses that you can do are actually pretty extreme. The ones that they give you as samples, or kind of the options, is really just very much breaching the basic surface. But it was a great kind of getting that preliminary idea of who these characters are and also shaping their background. And then, of course, the obvious is really helps with figuring out a kind of a reference. And I'll show you some of the pictures that I ended up taking of Emilia at the end to show the references that I eventually use that are going to become 2D when I do my art. And so HeroForge really allowed me to figure out the kind of mannerisms and characteristics that I wanted. I'm legally blind. I wanted a fully blind character. I wanted somebody who was more empathetic. I wanted somebody who was very unassuming in the amount of power that she holds. And so for Emilia to be very petite, for her to be blind, for her to be very youthful, in terms of that petiteness, the way that her stature is so unassuming, it all came from HeroForge, and I started to build upon that. And Emilia controls something extremely powerful. There's a sea monster in Lake Nottingress, and she's the only one that can actually do anything about it. And so all of that was bred essentially from just me sitting here. I think I spent about an hour or two futzing with her, and eventually I came up with this backstory that she grew up with the Queen of Agrigaria. They, kind of like Elsa and Anna, were very playful when they were younger. Their duties, of course, took them away from each other. Elise, the Queen of Agrigaria, appointed her as the governor of Nottingress, Emilia as the governor of Nottingress, and from there I built pretty much an entire backstory just by playing around with HeroForge, and I'm really excited to translate her into a 2D setting when I get ready to start drawing her. Right now I do have the line art all finished. I'll probably put up like a short or something to just do like a work in progress. Unfortunately, I have art ADD where I can't sit on one piece. I have to bop around. I actually started Vorgar after her, and Vorgar already has a full video, and so the art, the bopping around is strong with this one. But I hope you've enjoyed me gabbing at you for a little bit and talking about how useful HeroForge is for creating NPCs and also giving them backstories. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.